Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we return to the rating climb of Martin M. Martin on his quest to become a 2000 ELO Arena Grandmaster. As you can see, we are currently rated 1513, so we do still have a ways to go. Let's get started with game number 1. Alright, game number 1, we are paired against a 1300 rated opponent, so we do have quite a bit of rating on them. We do get a Scandinavian, I'll just drop my queen back, and the only thing that I'm interested in is getting my pieces out and having an honest game outside of the opening. We get kingside castles, let's just keep developing. I was also wondering, because this site probably has a much smaller player pool than, say, chess.com or Lichess, I wonder what the conversion is of a rating on this website, which is called World Chess, which is FIDE associated, which is why they can hand out these sort of online titles. I wonder what the conversion is from one of these ratings to a chess.com or a Lichess rating. I'd imagine because they have a smaller player pool, this is underrepresentative of how strong the opponent is, which is a little bit of a concern if my ultimate goal is to get to 2000 ELO. Anyways, we're met with knight to e5. We can probably just trade everything off, and I'm not against playing an endgame. So let's get this knight to d5. But yeah, I was wondering about that because if I have to reach 2000 ELO, but 2000 ELO on this website is equivalent to, say, 2300 ELO on chess.com, that would be a pretty tough rating climb, right? It's not quite as trivial as it seems. But anyways, let's get this rook on the open file. You guys let me know if you think there's a conversion. If one of you guys plays on this website, I'd love to know what your converted rating is on chess.com or Lichess if you do play across platforms. Let's bully this bishop back to b3, and then I'd imagine king d7 to support the rook. Or actually, let's just keep pushing pawns. Let's just keep grabbing as much space as possible. a4 now means that rook c4 is on the table, and since this pawn has no other pawn defenders, a big piece has to come over and defend it. So we do get rook d1, but that gives me the time to double up the rooks. So now we're targeting this bishop on c2. Rook d2 is basically forced, right? And now, how do I continue to apply pressure? You'd imagine b4, looking for b3, so b3 by the opponent is now kind of forced. But they do not play that, so they do allow b3, which means I can add an extra attacker to that bishop, which of course can't move out of the way, or else they drop the rook. After this pans out, however it does, I will be up material, so I'll just simplify the position by looking for trades. There is also this funny bishop a6 idea. Well, now it's gone. Let's go ahead and grab this bishop. Oh wow, they just give me a free rook. Ooh, never mind, they might be overrated. But that doesn't make a lot of sense, right? If the player base is smaller, then why would this player be overrated? Anyways, with that, we do win game number 1. Let's go to move on to game number 2. All right, game number 2. This time I was quietly waiting there. Instead of making a public challenge myself and just letting anybody accept it, I was quietly watching the challenges that were being made pop in and pop out as they were being accepted as well. And I was hunting down somebody that is at least a similar rating to my own. And we do in fact get an Arena FIDE Master rated 1589. So we should be in for a pretty fun game. This is one of the higher rated players that we have faced off against. We do get a very symmetrical London system, so hopefully I can capitalize on the fact that I'm in a very comfortable position for me personally. Kingside castles, let's go c3, support the center. We do get knight to e4. I think I'm okay with trading this off. And now they're probably looking for f6. So I'm going to play queen to c2, and they either play f5 right away to defend, okay, which they do. So I'll end that thought right there. Let's queenside castle, and let's go for like f3, h4, and this kingside attack. Queen comes out to f6. That is a free knight with a fork. So that should be just about wraps. Let's go ahead and take this. No matter what they take, I get the rook next. Unless they don't take anything, in which case I'll grab the queen, of course. We'll grab this rook, and now we are simply up a rook of material. So 5 points advantage should be more than enough for me to like open up a file and capitalize on this material gain that we've come across. d5, I don't even really care where the open file is, I just care that there's an open file, because rooks move on open files. Oh, now we have a passed pawn. Okay, this just got interesting. Go, little guy, go, go, go all the way to the other side. I don't even care about giving this away for free. Let's give a little fancy check before we grab this pawn, because again, we are looking for trades, so I would love to trade off these queens. Right, and we do get the queen trade. Now the rook has to come to d8, and this is basically game over. Nice, we do get the resignation and 24 buttery points of rating. Let's go to move on to game number 3. All right, game number 3 against a 1484 rated opponent. I'll be honest, I was a little bit impatient. I could have sat there for a little bit longer and hunted down a higher rated player, which I will do for the future matches, but I kind of just wanted to get a game in. So, because again, for you guys, it's instantaneous. Like I just magically appear in another game, which is how it's supposed to be. Wouldn't it be funny if I just posted a video that was just the raw footage? It's just me sitting there in silence, waiting for a really high rated player to show up so I can snipe their sort of challenge when it appears in the lobby. That would be a pretty funny video. This is not a funny situation though. This pawn is falling. You know what? Well earned. Congratulations on your brand new pawn. Let's go here. We're hitting the knight, so we'll either get 2 pieces for a rook, or we'll grab a free bishop right behind. Or, secret third option, they sack the bishop. Should I take? They take back and have this fork, so I guess I have to take this. Lots of interesting things are happening. I take this, and they do get that extra pawn in. So what's the situation here? I think I'm down 1 point of material. Darn it. Let's go bishop d6, create a little battery here. We're threatening to remove the knight and grab the free pawn behind it. Am I that petty that I lose a pawn and immediately start working diligently on recuperating it? But of course. Let's take this knight, so we mess up their pawn structure, grab this with check, drop the bishop back to f4 with tempo, hitting the queen, and somehow here there has to be like a kingside attack. It's more so a matter of how do I get that attack on the board. Okay, I'm thinking queen d6 first. Feels a little bit slow, but I do need this queen to come over to h6 at some point. So let's go. Rook g1 is interesting. Don't think it causes me too many problems though. Let's go knight to h5. This looks okay. Looking for queen to h6, maybe some discovered check ideas. Rook comes up to g4. Fascinating stuff. Now, why can't I play this? Is rook to h4 concerned? g5? No. Let's go queen to h6. If they double up the rooks, I don't really care. Wow, king comes up to g2. So where are you meant to go? What if I tickle you? What if I give you a little tickle? Where are you actually going to go? Because if he shuffles over, I have check, and then I win the rook. So he has to give it back for the exchange. Right. Gimme. And now, are we on material now? Okay, the sidebar says we're up 2 points of material, and I choose to believe it. Let's go h5 and try and target this pawn. We can simply take. Let's just not fall for any silly checkmating ideas, but we won't have to worry about that because we do get this queen trade. Do I lose a piece? No, all that hard work just to lose a piece. You've got to be kidding me. No way I'm losing now. Material is so fickle. Comes and goes. Is there any way out of this at all? I somehow think there isn't. Yeah, let's just drop the bishop back, move the rook over, and try and get active again. Wow, we were actually winning that, and I just fumbled it for no reason. Let's move this king over so I can play f6, and this isn't a concern anymore. Right, f6, which previously wouldn't have been possible because the pawn would have been pinned. Now, rook here. Give me this, please, and thank you. Why can't I just take that? I don't know, but I'm going to grab it. I think they're maybe thinking about the sacrifice, but that's a rook for a bishop. So if that happens, I'm not really concerned. Let's go check. Here, threatening to win the rook. Not quite what I was hoping for. What do I do here? b5. Oh, I'm solo on time. Let me focus up here. Okay, I do manage to run away with a draw by basically flagging the opponent. I actually think I had winning chances there, but I just kind of threw at the very end, and I was super low on time, so I wasn't seeing basically anything. With that, we do draw game number 3. Let's go to move on to game number 4. Okay, I successfully sniped a 1560 rated opponent, so they are actually higher rated than we are. So we should be in for a very fun game here, I think. Okay, they're playing basically a King's Indian with the white pieces. Not really sure what that's called. I know that has an actual name. Oh, we do get this recapture, which I think is nice because there's battery ideas to remove that bishop guarding g2, especially for a bishop that's as useless as this one, literally just staring into a wall of pawns. So I think bishop h3 is a no-brainer move. We go ahead and just take, and then h5. Let's get this attack started nice and early. e4 to meet fire with fire. They're going to open up the center while I try and open up the flank. That's fair game, I think. Let's go ahead and take here. g6, looking for queen h3. I think they're going to take and then try to open this up with discovered check. Nope, we're going to get a free knight. Awesome. I'm a fan of free knights. Oh, no, d6. It's not free. Oh, but they don't play that. Interesting stuff. Okay, let's play check. King to f3, fascinating stuff. Let's just go check, trade off the queens, and since we're up a piece, this shouldn't be a terribly difficult conversion. No more flagging though. You can see that I'm playing with much higher intensity now. I'm playing as quickly as I can physically move pieces. Let's go ahead and take this. Bishop g5, nice, looking for f6, so we have to defend that. Oh, he's gonna double up the rooks. Ooh, maybe I can't keep the extra piece. Oops, I think I underestimated my opponent here quite a bit. Well, the bishop is toast, so let's might as well castle our king now. Oh gosh, I have to play this way faster than I am. Let's go knight g4, attack this. f6 intermezzo. Bishop does in fact drop back, which means I can centralize my knight. If d4, I pass onto c4. Okay, I'm kind of just looking for complications here because I do think I'm objectively worse. They're doubled up on an open file and have a bishop and a knight, and I just have a knight and a knight. So I do have to find something here to make use of. Let's go here next. Boot this bishop. I don't want him to get too comfortable. That's better. Okay, now maybe we just go here and still try for a kingside attack. Oh, we just dropped d5. That's really not good. Okay, maybe we try and trade then. Okay, let me focus up here because I do have to make basically something out of absolutely nothing in this position. Okay, I think we have something going on now because we're targeting the bishop. I think there are actual ideas here where I play for some species of advantage. Right, let's grab this pawn, but it's not so easy still. Oh, that's a nice one. He's trying to get away. No, come back. Don't do that. We were just getting to know you. Okay, how do I get back there in time? This? Oh, but then I have to sacrifice the knight. Oh, that's so lame. Okay, if I'm gonna sack the knight, I might as well drop it on f4 and then play this, but they can still defend. Like, they're still totally fine here. Wow, and then they just have check, and there's no way for me to stop promotion. Wow, I'm getting my butt kicked. Am I just getting, like, overconfident in the middle of the game for no reason? This is resignable, I'll be honest. That was very well played, though. Huh. Interesting, I'm getting my butt kicked. All right, let's go to move on to game number 5. Okay, there will be no more butt kicking. We found an Arena FIDE Master rated 1600, and even if I have to be a little bit more quiet this game, I will learn to shut my mouth if it means that I have an actual chance at winning this. But for the meantime, so far a very normal— No! Misclick onto d7, are you actually kidding me? You are actually the worst looking bishop I've seen in my life. Okay, let's brute force this kingside attack, but that is— wow, that's a bad move. And I have to play a6 as well because there are knight c7 ideas, which they're gonna pursue anyways, maybe like b4, b5. Okay, let's see how we save this, because this is really ugly. I'm not gonna deny that for a minute. Very, very ugly position. Let's go here, try this. Sure, h4. Bishop goes past, and do I play h3 or g3? I think g3 because I have to open up something in the position. Otherwise, I don't think I stand a chance. Unfortunately, I've also opened up stuff for the opponent, so I have to get rid of this knight so it's not looking at f7. Ugh, sketchy stuff. Take back with the pawn, let's target the bishop. Queen f3 here is also super annoying with f7 ideas. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, hello, Queen f3. We were just talking about you. Oh, what do I do here? It's so bad. f5. This might be toast as well. Martin is not having a good run of it today. Ooh. Okay, resign. Holy cow. What happened? Are they just— is there just like a crazy like disparity between how a 1300 and a 1600 plays on this site? That's crazy. Okay, I'm calling it now. We're not losing even one more game. I don't know what game we're on. I think you guys already know that after I have to count past 3, I get confused very easily, which is another weakness of mine. But let's lock in on the rest of these games. I'm going to get Martin to at least 1550 minimum. All right, 1500 rated opponent, let's lock in on this. Assuming the opponent makes a move and wants to play against Martin. Okay, I think they're just going to abort. All right, on to the next. All right, we get a 1513 rated Arena FIDE Master. Let's rock and roll, or rather 1519 that is. And we do get a very symmetrical position. We do get the Queen's Gambit. We are going to decline. I've come to learn that this is called a semi-Slav, based on a game that I played against Jack Sark for one of his videos. I'm not sure when that video comes out, but when it does, you will see that I am playing this exact same line. Bishop g5, no, please. Oh, we'll take with the pawn, of course, and I wholly expect my opponent to still castle directly into it. Okay, they take back with the knight. Let's go f5 and just be super aggressive. We'll take back on d6 with the queen. Okay, develop the knight. If they castle into this, that would be spectacular. Right, they do. Let's go rook g8, and let's try and capitalize on this kingside attack best we can. Queen to f4, you'd imagine, makes some sense. Pawn comes up, which technically doesn't threaten the queen, but there's no reason for me to just leave her there. So, what to do? Maybe just h5, though? Yeah, h5 looking for h4. King goes out of the way, now I drop back to h6. I didn't really want to move to g4 because of the discovered attack ideas where they can move the knight and suddenly threaten my queen. Knight comes up to e5. Surely we go h4. It would be nice if they took so I could develop this bishop with a tempo and then hopefully castle my king soon. Bishop to h5, I do kind of have to take this because f7 is very, very weak. Bishop d7 is survivable because the queen is kind of busy right now holding on to this bishop. Right, bishop comes back. Let's go ahead and just take now. They do in fact take back. Now, do I take this right away is the question. I think I have to castle first. I really do need many more pieces involved in this attack. So even though this would have been a nice free pawn, they could have challenged right away, and I'm not even castled yet at that point. So more pieces into the attack, I think, is first. Queen shuffles over. There is no way we are trading queens in this position. So what are we doing instead? Let's go just queen to h7. Very nice, very simple, still threatening this pawn. Queen to c2, looks to defend this, but leaves this hanging, I believe. So we will absolutely take a free pawn. And they can't even challenge because the bishop is free. So now I think I'm looking for rook to h3 and then doubling up. Right, rook to h3 threatens h2, or rather tripling up on the h file, and we have some pretty exciting attacking ideas there. Rook shuffles over, we say hello to the h2 pawn, you'd imagine they're going to defend, which they do. How do I get you involved in the game? That would be a nice question to solve. Or maybe I don't, maybe queen to h6, looking for queen to f4, and we start targeting this bishop. Right, they double up. I'm going to move the king up because I think they want to trade, which I should be against. And now if they come for the trade, then I just take on h2 and have forced mate. Whereas with the king on c8, of course, there was a check. Pawn comes up to b4. Let's go queen to f4. Still keeping an eye on h2, just in case they do still try and commit this rook somewhere. Rook g3 would be interesting, because I can take, they take, I take, they take. We both get exactly 10 points. They get 2 rooks, I get a queen and a pawn. And then I get an extra pawn on e5. So it would be a queen versus 2 rooks, but we'll see if they even lean into that. Okay, rook shuffles over to defend the bishop. Okay, maybe I just take this pawn. Maybe I just take a free pawn. With the idea that maybe if this like lasts a lot longer than I'm kind of thinking it was, or rather than I thought it was going to, maybe I just move these pawns out of the way and bring the bishop into the attack. Rook shuffles over, let's do this again. Rook, ooh, rook comes up. Interesting check idea, but I don't think it actually works. Let's just go e5, threatening e4, threatening bishop e6, d5. Just getting a little bit more active since I don't think these pieces could get any more well-placed than they already are. Okay, now I can simply take. I have e4 with a pin on the bishop. Nice. Okay, so I should definitely be able to convert this, especially since there's no time trouble. I don't know what we're playing 5+3. That is a free rook. Okay, and I think we're back on track. I think I lost my footing there for a moment, so we have found our balance again. No! You're gonna, there's no way. There's just no way. It looks like I'm doing this for content. It's gonna look like I'm doing this for content. I was trying to play rook to e1 to grab a totally free bishop, and then I'd be up a rook and a bishop. Holy moly. Wow, I knew that I was off my game a little bit when we had sort of not a great start those first couple of games, but holy moly, I didn't think I was this bad. Weirdest part is I still think I'm winning, but boy, is it sketchier than it needed to be. Okay, let's refocus for a second. Rook over, attack the bishop, maybe some back rank ideas. Sure. What to do now? Okay, maybe let's not click on pieces until I know that I'm going to move them. Okay, I'm definitely going to take, definitely going to play check, definitely going to play check again, and then I'm going to take this pawn. Okay, so far so good, I think. Now maybe I just slide over, and while he takes all of these pawns, I munch down on the queen side. Sure, he can have that. I'll move back. Oh, I hope he doesn't try to repeat. That'd be kind of annoying. Okay, no, he doesn't, so I can play a6 real quick. No! I hate this interface. I hate my mouse. I hate what I'm doing right now. Oh my goodness, I'm actually gonna freak out. Okay, you have got to be kidding me. If I lose this, that's actually, like, I don't think Martin could have lost this. I'm playing as Martin as a joke, and I actually don't think that Martin could have played this bad. Holy moly, I can already see top comment. I'm actually learning to play like Martin by calling myself Martin. That's crazy. Wow, that's horrible. Okay, king comes up. Let's give him a little check. King shuffles over, rook b1. If the rook moves away, then I come and pursue. But if the king moves away, then I just move up, and this square is covered too many times for a check. Okay, rook goes back. Now, what to do? If I move here, there's check. If I take, he takes on b7. I think no matter what I play, or maybe I have check though. King shuffles over, and then I play rook d5, or rather rook d1 looking for rook d5. Wow, I'm still like subliminally blown away by how this is played out. Let's go here, so if check, I just take. Okay, the king comes up, so now I can play rook to d5 and just grab this free pawn. 2 pawns and a king versus 1 king should be completely winning. We take, force the rook trade, no more mouse slips. Matter of fact, I'm going to shut my trap and just play these moves out. Okay, we do get the resignation and 10 points of rating. Holy emotional roller coaster. How many mouse slips did I have? Like 3 mouse slips in one game? Never again. Never again. Wow. Okay, the responsible side of me wants to say I'm probably not playing as well as I should right now, but I think I'm too hard-headed not to follow through. So let's move on to the next game. All right, 1600 Arena FIDE Master. Let's get this game underway. Come up with knight to f3. I know that they're kind of baiting me to play d5, but I really have no interest. I just want my normal London system with no misclicks and no funny business. There comes the funny business, looking for e5. They do take. If I take with the queen, there's still e5, so I might as well take with the pawn and make this at least a little interesting. Sure, drop the bishop back. Maybe bishop b5? Ooh, d4 right away. This is very aggressive. Like, shockingly aggressive. Okay, maybe bishop b5 anyways. Because this doesn't solve the fact that e5 is held on by the knight, which I've now pinned. Bishop comes in with check. I mean, I'm not one to shy away from fighting fire with fire, so let's just go c3. Take this. Take this. And again, this knight is still pinned and e5 is still dropping. Okay, they take. We'll go ahead and take back. Rook comes up to d5, which allows me to take, but the rook now holds on to this pawn, which I'm not completely against, because they're not quite as developed as we are, so we can right away target this rook and get some initiative. Okay, we'll go ahead and take, target the knight, which is trying to get a free pawn, but no freebies around here. We are grabbing our free pawn on e5. Knight goes back. Oh wait, maybe they do get this freebie no matter what I do. Okay, at that point, might as well just take on e5 and on g7 or c7. Although this is a very obvious weakness, right? So they defend g8. So I guess we do grab c7. Sure, we'll take it. Now rook to c1. And the knight will probably go back to one of these squares, but ooh, eye for an eye. Okay, we can trade because I do think I'm winning this endgame. Let's bring this king up and start grabbing some space. What exactly am I looking for here? Let me try and be precise about this. That is check, but I think bringing my king this way makes the most sense. I'm stopping his king from coming up to d5. Let's go e5 ourselves, drop this rook all the way back. Super aggressive king will meet fire with fire. They're gonna try and stop me. Okay, let's go this. h5 right away. Probably pre-move the recapture. And then the idea here is after c3, I'm pushing these pawns, and I'm basically betting that my pawns will overrun his rook and that he won't have time to stop all of these different pawns. Because I'm going to have to sacrifice this, like, certainly. So the question is, do I sack now? Yeah, I can probably just sacrifice now. And like e6, f6, all of these crazy ideas. Sure, f6. I just don't see how you stop both of these pawns. So f7. Ooh, that's an interesting idea, but I can break the pin, and I'm still threatening promotion. Nice. All right, we have a queen on the board versus a rook, which if I have any species of chess prowess, I should be able to convert pretty straightforwardly. Okay, I can take, and then basically the next thing I want to do is just get rid of this rook. Give a check of some kind, trade it off, and then play for the victory. Okay, we can go this way. Rook comes down. I wonder if I can win the rook for free. I mean, that would be amazing. That is check. Check. And then the funniest thing is I can actually get away with this pawn because I have check. King has to come and defend the rook, which means I can take, but kings don't move twice just because pawns do. So I actually do get away. I just push and push and push and promote. Nice, and we do get the resignation and another victory. All right, I'm not sure. What did we earn there? Are we actually rated what I wanted to be rated? I'm not certain. Let's get another game under our belt anyways. Okay, we've sniped up a 1600 rated opponent. Oh, we are 1550. Okay, so how about this? If I lose this game, I'll admit that I'm probably just not in my best form today, and that's why I'm playing so many terrible moves and misclicks galore and what have you. But if I win this game, I'll keep playing. I think that's pretty fair. We do have this totally standard London system against their setup. Do I have to give this up? I really don't want to. Oh, I'm okay. Maybe I have to be done after this no matter what. I was just gonna draw an arrow and I ended up misclicking queen d7. That is actually kind of frustrating. Okay, you know what? We're fine. We're totally fine. This is gonna be the first video I ever post on the channel where I'm actually genuinely crashing out the entire time. Yeah, because now they can just bully my queen. I have to go back to c8. If I move on to c7, there's just bishop to f4. Oh my goodness. Right, knight to d2, so we can challenge this knight without the bishop coming in to defend. However, the knight can definitely come in, replace one with another. But they do in fact take. I think I take with the knight, And then, whoa, and then nothing. Then I sit and wait while my opponent throws more pawns at me. Okay, bishop back. Can I still die on the hill of h5, h4? I don't know if that's asking too much of the position. Because there's the file open, but the position itself isn't necessarily super exposed. I mean, the most sound thing to do here would definitely be to castle, right? And then just concede the fact that I'm in a somewhat passive position, but a still very playable position. But the I want checkmate thing to do would be to play h5 and immediately go for the throat. Ooh, queen to d1? Wait, is this a mistake? Because h4, right? Or are they just gonna play g4? Maybe they're just trying to play g4 and close this up, but if they do, I just have h3. And I don't care at all about if that pawn is eventually lost after like bishop to f1 and I don't know, queen f3 or rook e3, because at that point we're in business. We're looking at a kingside attack. This is the other thing too, when you throw a kingside attack at your opponent, it doesn't necessarily matter if it's perfect or not, because if the opponent can't play like an engine in 3 minutes, then they're bound to make a mistake of some kind. They might not, they might play very optimally and all the defensive ideas might be very intuitive. Like it's always possible that your attack falls flat on its face. That's just inherent, right? Otherwise chess would be solved and every attack would be amazing. But the kind of theory behind just going straight for the opponent is also it psychologically puts them in a position of sort of passiveness. Like they're less likely to look for counterplay unless they're also built like you, unless they also come in with the same perspective of I'm going to destroy your king before you destroy mine, right? It kind of puts them on the defensive. So we do get this trade on the board. Like right now he's calculating which pawn to even take back with. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, but in the moment it feels very important to find the right defense. Okay, they take with this pawn. Let's slide the queen up so I can queenside castle and have some opportunities to play down the open file with both of my rooks. Ooh, pawn comes up to b4. Maybe they do have the same philosophy, that they're going to assassinate my king before I get the chance to finish off this attack. Queen to a4, I do have to defend. This is very, very aggressive play by the opponent, which frankly I can only respect, right? But they are down to a minute 30, so we'll see what they make of this. Okay, they're under a minute. It made me wonder for a moment if I had missed something super obvious. Like they were just like waiting for me to realize it and resign or something, but nope, they were actually just thinking for a very long time. Queen goes back. How do we proceed here? Can I go bishop d6? Take? I think that's too much. Okay, maybe bishop to h5, because I have to start thinking about what my pieces are doing, and frankly, this guy's just doing nothing looking at e4, so we'll get him to remove a defender instead. Right, we can take. And I think now I can definitely play this, because takes. After bishop g2, rook back? Or maybe I'm just convincing myself that I can play that. Do I really want to die on the hill of the kingside attack, I guess is the question. By allowing a very obvious fork in order to lead into a sacrifice, they can take, I take with check. Bishop takes, queen comes down, king f1. Rook d2, they take with check, king a8. Why not? Life is too short anyways. Let's go bishop d6. Life is too short to spend half of it hesitating. Yeah, they do, in fact, go for c5, we'll go ahead and sack. Sure, we'll take on f2. This was exactly the line we calculated. We're just going to see if it has absolutely any merit whatsoever. Now we come down with rook d2 after they take with check, king to a8. I think this is the first time I've calculated an attacking line, and it's played out exactly how... Wow, there we go, king to a8. Everything exactly according to the playbook. Now we'll see if any of this is justified at all. It might not be. There might just be like queen e3 or something, like holds down everything, and okay, there's queen to e3. But you know what? We tried. What can I do here? Check, bishop back. I don't think that does anything for me. How do I prove that this wasn't completely loony? Let me just rook b2 for the time being. They are down to 30 seconds. So there's a non-zero chance we just complicate this to a point where they flag. Okay, shuffle over. Oh, are they looking for a draw? Oh, okay, there we go. Check. Let's go here. Where do I go? Let's go back to h2. So this is definitely not a successful attack. Like this attack shouldn't work. At this point, I'm basically just playing to flag them. Oh, that's a nice find. That'll do it. Ooh, that's a very nice find. Yeah, and I don't think they're going to flag this because it is 5 plus 3. They get 3 seconds back. So we might be toast after this. Yeah, GG's. We'll go ahead and resign that. Very well played. I know that I said I was going to end the episode if I lost this, but I can't end this on a loss. That's silly. Let's play one more game. All right, one more game. Oh, it's the same opponent. Okay, this is how we end the episode. We get our revenge. Martin becomes a 1550 rated player because we'll get at least, I think, the 8 points back that we lost in this game. So we'll just play the usual stuff. Come out with this. I think they're a d6 player, which is okay. I can maybe meet that with bishop to e2. Ooh, wait, what? They're like really delaying d6 a lot. Maybe queen c2 first, looking for h4, h5. Castle my king out of the way before they can open up the center. Yeah, there it comes. There's pawn to d6. But the thing is, now we're playing with the white pieces, so we do have like a tempo advantage, basically. Queen to a5, we'll go ahead and block. If bishop to f5, I just have bishop d3. I think this is survivable. Ooh, pawn to b5. Let's get this queen out of here first. Queen slides back. I may have met my match. And let's go h4, h5. The faster I can put them on basically the defensive, the better. Sure, h5, I ignore you, you ignore me, and we both try to assassinate each other on our respective sides of the board. If a4, I do have to drop the knight back. I can't just give away that much material willy-nilly. Pawn to b4, however, I think I can ignore. I'm just going to take on g6. Pawn does in fact take back. Maybe just bishop d3. It's all very suspicious. If they take, I take back. If a3, b3, looks okay, I think. Right, pawn takes. Do I even take back? I think I have to, though. Otherwise, they can offer a queen trade and just walk away with the extra pawn. Ooh, bishop to a6. Bishop for bishop. I think they just don't want me to sack, which I think is even more incentive for me to very specifically look for that sacrifice. But whatever, we'll take on a6 because I think that is more sound. And then just bishop to h6, regardless of how they take back. Right, bishop to h6, trying to remove this bishop, get the queen over to h3, and flashy checkmate, hopefully. Knight to d5 is a pesky move. Let's go back this way. I think this is most precise because if the bishop ever takes, we take back with the queen, and that is unstoppable checkmate. So they do have to finish me off here in like a couple more moves. Otherwise, I do just have takes and then queen to h6. Queen to b4, looking for the pacifist queen trade, which makes a lot of sense. Because if they do get a queen trade on the board, then my attack is finito. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to take on g7. If they do take the queen, then that is what it is. I guess we take with the knight. And then we still try and double up. Like, it's not like the attack is completely over, but it is greatly diminished from what it was a moment ago. Right, they're going to go for the rook trade, which is totally fair. We'll take back. And we are now just in an endgame. Knight takes on d4. No, I liked that pawn. Now what do I do? Can I do this? Rook here, and somebody's got to give way. Okay, e5 defends. Maybe just knight to f3. If they take, maybe I take with the pawn, and then I have this pressure. Or no, I should definitely take with the rook there. Am I down material? Oh my goodness, am I down? How much material am I down? Oh, I'm down 1 point of material. Okay, not ideal, but still playable. Pawn comes up to f5. You'd imagine we need this outside passed pawn, so b3 first. Pawn to e4, we'll shuffle the rook over. Yeah, knight to f4 hits the pawn and the rook, which is really not ideal. I think rook h2 might be necessary. Rook g3 is probably also fine. King comes up, we'll go ahead and trade. And, well, let's go king b2 first. Or no, I like knight b3 with the idea of not letting him into the position. Knight to e2 hits the rook. I think he's going to invite himself into the position anyways. Rook shuffles over. Knight here would be interesting. Right, but I'm not going to take. If he wants to take, that's fine because I retain the outside passed pawn, but not only do I start to advance it, I also do it with tempo. Rook shuffles over, we'll boot that rook out of there ASAP, and push. King comes down. I think king over is necessary because this rook has to go. This rook cannot just stand here and wait for this to happen. So where does it go to? Maybe g3, targeting this, and then I come out, I come around the outside. Oh, d3 is nice though. Okay, I have to come back and stop this. Yeah, okay, I have to come back this way. Oh, this just got way worse. Let's do this. Push, push. Yeah, I'm just losing, darn. Oh, I really wanted to win this. Okay, well, can't always have it my way. Yeah, and the problem is they can just sack the rook and it's no concern. Yeah, GG's. Very, very well played. Okay, we'll call it there because clearly I'm not playing my absolute best. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below, I guess, how long you think it'll take me to get to 2000 ELO. I will admit, I probably should have scrapped the recording as soon as I started misclicking because that's usually a symptom that I'm playing really, really bad today. And I think it turned out to be true. Not only that, but I rage baited myself into losing 16 ELO where I really didn't need to. But anyways, we'll end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.